How's it going?
I'm loving that we are live together on Stereo app. This is amazing.
I'm so excited. So this is my first stereo test, and
Stereo virgin.
I am a stereo virgin, and I'm very excited. I've got to say that your avatar is pretty much bang on.
Oh, thank you so much. I think I probably should have given myself some more like smile wrinkles or like the crow's feet by the eyes. But I was like, do you know what? If I'm going to live through an avatar of myself, I'm going to look young.
How about mine? How do you think mine is?
Let me see. Hair on point. Eyes.
Yeah.
I think you need glasses.
I should have put my
glasses
on. That's the thing. When I'm in full Phil mode, I've got contact lenses on. You see, so maybe I should have two avatars. This is lazy pajama Phil. Pajamas from the waist down.
Smart.
Phil. Yeah.
Intellectual
we've got our first stereo message. Shall we have a listen? I know. Who are you?
Wow, I love the accent.
I love the accent.
You.
Thank you.
I think that must be one of our stereo US listeners. Wonder where you are. Tell us where you're listening in from.
Yeah, I want to know where you're from. Yeah, I also like your accent as well.
Around the world.
Yeah, sometimes Americans don't think that they have an accent, but they do. You've got as strong an accent as I do. To me, if that makes sense.
See, I don't think I have an accent because I feel like I'm just like mid-England, and then obviously if you're Northern, then I have an accent to you. It is strange. Like it's just the BBC accent, isn't it? Like very.
It is
proper.
the BBC. Yeah. If I was speaking to my grandparents, I get very posh, but then anyone else, I get quite Northern. I speak like the Starks from Game of Thrones.
I love it. Do you ever like really not dumb yourself down, but I become very, when I talk to builders or contractors, I suddenly become a London lass. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I drop all my T's. I'm like, no worries, love. Yeah, thanks, babe. All of that starts to come out of nowhere.
Yeah. I find myself doing. I was in the taxi today, and I was like, hello, and I was like, what am I doing? Why am I trying to speak like you?
Why have I dropped?
I don't even know. Yeah. We've got another stereo.
Welcome to Stereo, guys. How you doing? I think that you should call this chat Stereo 101 and then ask questions about stereo and let people answer those questions, because I tell you what, when I first joined, I was like, help. And I put Stereo 101 and people filled me in. So welcome. Thank you very much for coming to Stereo. I look forward to hear you and hear what you do in the future. Hopefully you can hear this because you've pressed the little message button. If you haven't pressed it, you probably can't hear this. So
we heard it.
I feel like really cracked Stereo by the fact that we played the comment. Oh, Keith, first thing on 101 Stereo, don't whistle on stereo. That was so painful. I'm wearing headphones,
deep into your brain.
That was like straight through me. Absolutely vibrations. We should change the talk though, Phil. What should we talk about? What should be our topic?
Well, I think our stereo topic, I think Stereo 101 was a good idea from Keith, but I have a topic in mind, which is ghosts.
Go for it. As you change it, I'm going to play this comment.
Half of my family are Northerners, and when I go up north to speak to them, I end up going more posh, which means they take the mick out of me more, if possible.
You suddenly don't belong anywhere, Emma.
You go the other way.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah,
See, I don't think I get posh. I don't know. I think I probably do sound quite posh on stereo, to be honest. As soon as I put performer mode on, or I'm live somewhere.
Yeah, I presented radio, so I'm trying not to go full radio, which is also quite tempting.
Join us on Stereo Live.
Join us on Stereo Live. Although I did not speak like that on the radio. Anyway, I said the topic is ghosts because I was telling Rosie this earlier, but for all the listeners, at 4 a.m. in the middle of the night, a large painting just fell off my wall. It's been there for years, and then last night, it decided to completely fall down. Now, do you believe in ghosts? Do you think it was a ghost? Have you ever seen a ghost? Rosie, what do you think about ghosts?
Okay, so I'm on the ghost train. I'm on the ghost boat. Whatever one I'm hopping on. So when I was like a wee baba, when I was probably no more than, when can you talk as a toddler? Like 2, 3?
I don't know. I don't know anything
or maybe I
about
was
babies.
really skilled. Maybe I was already like 18 months. And my first place that I was born and raised till I was about 3 was a converted church. So our flat was like a church, and part of it went over where the graveyard used to be, and my bedroom was part of the bit where the graveyard used to be.
Oh my God.
And yeah, this gets quite creepy. And my sister was in the bedroom with me, and she used to wake up and like scream all of the time, and my mum used to like run in. She'd be like, "Mum, the mobile's like spinning," and my mum would be like, "What are you talking about? Like the windows are closed." So yeah, I'm like full on the ghost train. And then years later, when we moved house, apparently I used to talk to a woman upstairs all the time.
No.
So is that, it could be my imaginary friend, but what child chooses a 40-year-old woman to be her imaginary friend? So I'm going to go with ghost on that one. Okay. How about you?
That gave me goosebumps, or even swan bumps, like even bigger than a goosebump.
A swan bump.
Yes, one bump. I feel like that house was infused with ghosts if it was on a literal graveyard. I feel like you have ghost blood now.
I might just have to go back. You know when you see those programs where somebody knocks on the door and they're like, "Hi, I used to live here, can I come in?" Which would never ever happen in real life. I could go back and just make my way in, and maybe it's become an Airbnb, and then I can just stay there. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you knock on the door and they say, "The people that lived here have been dead for 12 years. Yeah.
You don't exist.
So yeah, I'm a pretty strong ghost believer. So I think it's because my parents are a strong believer in ghosts as well. So they've passed it down. And we had a ghost-like incident in our old house where anyone that would sleep in a certain room, it would get incredibly cold at night. And then people, like, I'd say about 3 or 4 people, they might have heard the story that they'd seen an old lady at the end of the bed in the night. And it could have been a dream or just like a little flash. Why is she at the end of the bed? What's she doing there? That's the question. But then my auntie, who's quite spiritual, she was staying over, and we didn't tell her the story. We were just like, "No, it's fine. You just go sleep in the room." Yeah. Next morning, she said, "I got such a weird feeling in that room." And we said, "Why?" And she said she had a dream that a lady with white hair had been sat on the end of the bed, and no one had told her the story.
Oh my God. No.
Ghost room.
Pervy ghost as well. Like, what a place
I know. Why is
it just standing at the end of the bed?
What's it doing? Caressing your feet.
Yeah, maybe she's got a foot fetish. Maybe she's just a lonely lady that died early or late, or I don't know, it's 40 late, and has got a particular foot fetish, and she died in that room. That's the weird bit about ghosts, right? You feel like they probably hung around where they died. So that's the bit that freaks me out, is the fact that like somebody died in the room that I'm now sleeping in. That's what makes me feel uncomfortable.
I didn't think I'd be talking about foot fetish ghosts with you today.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
I mean, no, it's fine. I like it. Oh, we've got two stereo messages. Let's hear one.
Oh my God, my little sister's about 10 years younger than me. And so I used to go into her room if she woke up in the night, and she would be stood in the middle of the room having a conversation with someone. And I'd be like, "Who are you talking to?" And she'd be like, "My friend. They appear and talk to me in the night." And then she'd be looking off into the corner. She's like, "Can't you see them? They're waving at you." And I'm like, please let that be your imagination.
That was not the imagination.
Creepy little sisters, man.
That is so creepy.
Creepy little sisters. Luckily, I've got a big sister, so that never happened to me. Because what do you tell her at that point? Are you like, yes, waving, now go to bed? Or like, do you just move them into your room? I don't know.
So with this old lady ghost, my parents actually had an exorcism in the room to get rid of the ghost. Well, I call it an exorcism.
This is insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, the dramatic effect is there. But they know a priest. So they got a priest to come and bless the room with holy water, which is pretty much an exorcism, if you ask me.
I mean, if you look up the definition of exorcism, I feel like that's exactly what it says. Like, splash some holy water somewhere.
No one's head span around and vomited over the floor. No one flew through a window. I know. I wish this story could be better for that reason, but also...
No one says you have to tell the truth on stereo.
I know.
Embellish.
So then my parents started levitating. And
I was the only one left on the ground. Yeah.
I was the only one left on the ground.
Oh, we've got some more ghost stories coming in. Let's see what
my dog constantly will walk through the hallway and then just stare at a wall. My girlfriend is convinced that there's a ghost in the house. I don't feel a presence. She continues to persist that there's a presence in the house. But I'm not saying that there isn't such a thing as ghosts. But I mean, it's been a while, and I've not seen one. There's not been any proof. So, kind of skeptical over here.
Oh, first non-believer.
First skeptic. See, if the dog is staring directly at the wall for no reason, I think there might have been something that happened behind that wall. Have you tried knocking through? There could be a skeleton.
If you could try that now and just knock through that wall for us now and let us know within the next 5 minutes, that would be great.
Yeah. Please destroy your house for our entertainment.
Yeah.
That would be great.
We're worth it. We're really worth it. And we'll play the comment and everything, we promise.
We are. They're flooding in. We've got 15 listeners on stereo now. That is exciting. Hello everyone. And I've
got a question. Can animals be ghosts?
Ooh, Mono. He's got a very familiar voice. I feel like I might know that guy.
Friends on stereo.
Yeah. Hello.
Why not? Why wouldn't they? Right?
Yeah. But animals die all the time. See, I feel like we're surrounded by animal ghosts.
But they're probably just more caring. They're not into the spooky, freak you out. They haven't got a lot of baggage as animals. I feel like you don't have as much baggage. So you're not going to stick around to, try and haunt somebody or really get revenge on that ex who treated you badly. A dog's probably just going to stand by you.
They don't have foot fetishes either, as far as I know. Maybe a hoof fetish if it's a horse.
Yes, maybe lots of hoof fetishes horses just standing around.
Although I think horses can be quite scary if it's nighttime. I'm not scared of them in the daytime, but imagine if you woke up and there was a horse in your room. That's quite sinister for some reason.
I'm already scared of horses, so the idea of a ghost horse, I'm literally shitting bricks. They're like the leftover dinosaurs from when dinosaurs went extinct. I don't understand why people ride them. I feel like they are menacing, and oh my god, I'm gonna get so much hate for this. And it's not that I don't like horses. I'm just really, really terrified of them. Have you seen the way they eat mints? It's gives me. I'm already sweating around the neck.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, I got taken to a horse farm as a treat, and I had to feed a horse. I put my hand directly into its mouth, and that sensation will stay with me forever. It was very, very spooky and disgusting at the same time.
Was it wet?
It was very wet, but their tongue was very dry at the same time. It was a sensation. Fiesta. Yeah.
We've got one more.
We've got
one more comment waiting.
This is a great topic, ghost. I got a little story for you people.
Ooh.
Bring it
It's actually a story that stuck on my brain. It took place about 10 years ago, give or take. I remember exactly 3:02 in the morning.
Oh.
This cold chill woke me up. Mind you that I'm covered in some pretty warm blankets. So I opened my eyes, and I shit you not, there's a 6-foot glossy black giant bat in the corner of my room, just breathing hard. It scared the shit out of me.
That scared me. Why was the bat so glossy?
Also,
what was it doing?
Can we just touch on the fact that Artie, your voice, I mean, you can make money off of this right now. I would pay for that voice. How Tom Hardy reads bedtime stories to people? Artie, you need to be reading some bedtime stories, because that was so silky. That was as glossy as the bat in the corner of your room.
It was. I think you could release a whole ghost story reading. I mean, I got chills. I've had goosebumps. I've had swan bumps. What's a bigger bird than a swan?
You may have peaked, babe. You may have gone for the biggest bird straight away. We didn't think this through, the structure of the bird. Pelican, big beaked pelican. Amazing.
I had pelican bumps. Another stereo message. Did it play? It did not play.
I think it was a ghost. Maybe it was a ghost. We've had our first stereo ghost. You heard it here first, guys.
The first ghost live on stereo.
I wonder what their like angst was. Or maybe it was a ghost animal just hopping on to stereo for a laugh.
It could have been. I like the topic of animals, though. We can change. We can move on to animals.
Before we change, there's a place where I'm from called Clop Hill.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Clop Hill?
No.
Probably not, because it's like in a random place near Hertfordshire.
It doesn't sound like it sounds like a made-up place.
Okay, and there's in the wonderful world of Clop Hill, and there is a church that was built the wrong way round. You know how you're like meant to face it a certain way, like it's meant to face north. I don't know. I'm not a religious person, unfortunately, but it faces like north or something. Anyway, this church faces the wrong way around, and maybe it burnt down. I don't know the ins and outs, but apparently there's loads of like people that now go up there that are like devil supporters and sacrifice goats. That is the tale of my town.
Wow, that is spooky.
Yeah.
Did you ever see a ritual sacrifice there?
I didn't go within 10 miles of the place because I was too much of a scared person.
Yeah. You've just unlocked a very deep memory in my brain that up near my house where I used to live in a northern town called Rossendale, which also sounds made up.
Also sounds made up. I mean, the whole of UK sounds pretty much like a novel.
It does. Rossendale. Anyway, there was this old quarry with loads of rocks, and one rock was really big and it had satanic carvings all over it. So me and my friends called it the Devil Stone, and we dared each other say one time we would camp out next to the Devil Stone as a dare. Anyway, what? Yeah.
Did you actually go and do it?
No, because my mum wouldn't let me because she thought there was a literal ghost there.
Your mum needs an award. Like, that's no, absolutely not. That's so creepy. How old were you?
About 7.
Yeah. Of course you can, darling. Go and camp out by the Devil Rock. No, I think your mum made the right choice on that one.
I know, for sure. But one time we went and all the symbols had been filled in red. So I don't know. That
like
seemed
blood?
like some kind of blood pact ghost sacrifice vibe. I don't know. It was creepy. It scared me.
Hugely creepy.
I moved to London to get away.
To escape the
rock. Yeah.
Okay, let's play one comment and then we'll move on to a new topic.
Okay.
I love that. Like it needs to be bigger than goosebumps. How about ostrich bumps?
Ostrich bumps.
Ostrich bumps. That is the winner.
She absolutely killed that.
You fully killed that. How did I not think of the ostrich?
The biggest egg layer of birds, the ostrich, of course. Oh,
yeah.
I mean, I'm now worried that we're going to change our topic to animals and not be knowledgeable enough for the topic. If we can even think of ostrich.
I think we could do it. I'll say animals. Yeah. Animals. There we go. It's happened.
Okay, it's happened. We're there.
Yeah. So, fear of animals. Is it just horses that you're afraid of, or do you have a wide variety of mammals that?
Now, this is going to sound a little bit contradictory because I've just said that horses are huge and that's why I'm scared of them. But my favourite animal is a cow.
Okay.
And I know they're both big, but you don't ride a cow. Do you know
True.
What I mean? So
is it the riding of the animal that
upsets me? I mean, it's very possible. And I say my favourite animal is a cow, but that's like when they're in the field and they just come up to like the little wooden gate and like say hello and eat some grass or whatever. That's great. But I am terrified. You know, like the big barns of cows. What are they called? Barns? Are they still called barns? Sure, we'll go for it.
I think they're called barns. Yeah.
Yeah. My dog once ran off into a cow shed. There we go, shed. Into a cow shed and didn't come back. And so I had to go and get her. And it was like that movie, dark, creepy, with just loads of eyes from cows looking at you, stressfully mooing towards me. And then I really had to double check, like, are you still my favourite animals? Or am I actually pissing myself with like fright right now?
There is nothing like a stressful moo. Sinister.
Really stressful. I mean, I feel like that's the start of most good horror films, is just a cow shed full of distressed cows.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
I think we've written the first scene of a horror film right there. If anyone is tuning in, we are live on stereo and we've got 15 listeners. You've missed the chat about ghosts, which if you're scared of ghosts, I mean,
you can skip or you can listen back.
You could listen back. If you love a ghost, there's some great stuff in there, I've got to tell you. So we moved on to animals. I want to know, is anyone scared of a weird animal out there? Please let us know. Because I think horses, both of us find horses a bit scary, which I think is rare because most people love a horse.
It's probably what our friendship is based on.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Being scared of horses.
We've got 2 stereo messages.
What about animal ghosts?
Animal ghosts.
Oh, Anna, we've been there. We were talking about horses being... No, animal ghosts not kind of scaring people because they haven't got any revenge to take. Was that right?
No.
Is that what we kind of... No?
They're quite chill, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess there's the odd angry goose that might haunt you in the night, honk into your ears. But apart from that, no. I think animal ghosts are quite chill.
I want to hear you both do a stressful moo. I want to hear from you both what a stressful mood sounds like. 3, 2, 1, go.
Phil,
Thanks,
you
Emma.
first.
Okay, well, we've got to picture the scene. It's nighttime.
Okay.
I've walked into the barn.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the lost calf that has gone away. Anyway, all the lights go out. All the lights go out. I'm faced with 20 beady cow eyes when I hear...
That gave me chills, Phil. That was so beautiful. I don't know what's about to come out of my mouth when I try this. I don't think I've ever tried to do a stressful cow noise before. Okay, lick the lips.
Okay. Wow. I feel like you won. I feel like that was better than mine.
It was either stressful cow or giving birth, and I've never given birth, so I'm going to go with stressful cow.
I think it was both. I think it was both at once.
Stressful cow giving birth to a calf.
Yes. We've got another message.
I love the way Rosie starts the story with, you know how cows come up and they say hello. Wait, what? Cows say hello? She just breezes past it.
Yeah, Rosie Doolittle, I think you're spilling your secret. Is that because you don't want the government to experiment on you because animals speak to you?
Sarah, they're inquisitive beasts, okay? Cows, they do. They just come and find you. Like when you walk past a horse, right, and you want to go and say hello to it, it usually veers off in the other direction. A cow, interested, intrigued, probably walks towards you.
True.
I feel like that's true.
I think that is true. I've got a slight fear of... I mean, I'm fine with land beasts. Most sky beasts, animals, they're fine.
Yeah.
Anything deep under the ocean gives me a bit of a creepy vibe. Do you know when you're watching Planet Earth and they're like, we're going to go deeper than ever before and everything looks like a horrific painting from a nightmare? That's when I get a bit frightened because what are they doing? What are they thinking? What are they planning? Why are they so deep in the water?
And some of the species we haven't even found yet. Like there's some stuff down there that we haven't even come across yet.
Yeah, they haven't even gone that deep. And like, what is the deepest animal and what is it planning? That's
do
my fear.
Octopuses scare you? I feel like octopi are quite cute.
They scare me because they're so intelligent. There's a video that someone quite mean. They put an octopus in a jar, but then the octopus figured out how to unscrew the jar from the inside. So imagine
so what I'm hearing, Phil, is that you're scared of people that are more intelligent than you. Is this where we're... I'm terrified of intelligence.
Well, if an octopus can do something I can't, because I couldn't unscrew a jar from the inside, then what else could an octopus do?
Yes.
They could
my nan can unscrew a jar and she can do loads of other stuff like go to the shops and...
Yeah. Well, we haven't got onto my fear of your nan, so...
She's listening right now, Phil, okay? I've set her up with the
I'm sorry. I
Nana.
take it back. Sorry, Nana. We've got another one.
That was amazing. Rosie definitely wins that. Top notch. 5 stars. Best stereo host out there.
My new calling of the stressful cow.
You beat me. That's your party trick now. Just whack out the stressful cow.
Whack out the stressful cow. That is a sentence I didn't think we were going to say on stereo today. I'm not going to lie to you.
But we did. It happened. There's no taking it back.
What is the worst deep, dark bottom of the ocean, like, known to us animal that you're scared of? Like, by the way, David Attenborough, oh my God, legend. The day that man dies is going to become a bank holiday for me. And every single year I will celebrate with a day off. I'm not working. I'm going to still be paid because I just need to give remembrance to that wonderful man.
Sure. Well, I think David Attenborough is going to live forever, like some kind of...
cool.
Yeah, I think that's it. Like a fossil. I was trying to think of the oldest animal, but yeah, like a living fossil.
So I thought the oldest animal was those Galapagos Island turtle things. Do you know what I'm talking about? The really big ones.
I know. Yeah.
Apparently it's not.
Well,
and now my memory fails me at what is.
I can tell you. I forgot which one it is, but there is a jellyfish that can regenerate its cells infinitely, so it just lives forever. So David Attenborough should eat one of those.
Yes, ingest it. And then become immortal. I feel like with where science is going, that could be a possibility if they just work on that jellyfish. I feel like they might make that happen. Yeah. Would you want to live forever?
I would, for sure. I feel like we've missed out on that by about 50 years. So when I'm like 90, they'll be like, time to live forever. And I'll be like, oh, great.
I don't want to, I'm done.
I'm done now. Do you know what actually shocked me to my core? Parrots can live to age 70.
Whoa.
Did you know that?
No.
I thought a parrot would be like an 8-year commitment. 70 years.
70. Like, do most birds live for a really long time? I feel like a pigeon must live for a year?
I think, a pigeon's like maybe 4 years if it's got some good food on the go.
Yeah.
But
if it's a city pigeon.
By the way. Yeah, I've got my pigeon.
Sorry, whoa. You're moving on. You have a pet pigeon?
I do. It's called Steve. And it doesn't live in the house, but it visits every day for food, and it's very distinctive. So it's not different pigeons just pretending to be one pigeon.
It's definitely Steve.
Yeah, it's definitely Steve. And I took him to the vet to fix his leg, so we've got a bond.
Oh, that's true ownership. Yeah. Like, does he feed from your hand, or does he just like to how do you feed him?
I leave it in a bird feeder because I don't want to get like pigeon disease. Right. Although I would like to. Sometimes it's raining and he just sits with his beak against the glass. And I do want to let him in.
This is heartbreaking.
I know, but then I think he would poo all over the sofa.
Okay, I have a pigeon poo story. So
really?
So when I was at school, my mum used to be like a TA, like a teaching assistant at school. And so she used to walk home from school for lunches, let herself in, boil herself some eggs or whatever, and then like lock up the house and go back to school. She came home and she left the back door open while she was cooking lunch. Turned around and there was a little pidge like in the kitchen, so she like shooed him out and that was all fine. Locked the door, went to work, came home together at 3 p.m. and the entire house was absolutely covered in pidge shit because she'd locked him inside. He'd waddled back in. And I'm not talking like just in the kitchen full of pidge shit. It was the kitchen, the lounge, the stairwell, the bedrooms. Like he got into every area of our house.
Really? Just went everywhere.
Steve outside.
Yeah. I'll leave him outside. I mean, how do they even store so much inside them to release it all over the house?
I think he got stressed that he was locked in, and so like everything that he'd ever been holding in his digestive system,
all systems go,
came straight out. Oh, we've got some more comments. Let's have a little.
I think chameleons scare me because they lend themselves to being the perfect ninja. You know what I mean? Like they blend into their background so they can watch you for hours endlessly and you wouldn't know they were there, and they could jump out at you at any time and just look like anything in your house. That's creepy.
That is creepy and also very true. We could all be covered in chameleons right now and not realise it.
You just can't see.
Yeah, I could have 7 on my face and just not realise.
So tell me this, Sarah. Do you get ostrich bumps when you watch Tangled? Because Pascal is a chameleon. Does that freak you out? Is that the most terrifying Disney for you?
That's a horror. That's a full horror there. we've got another one. Maybe.
Guys, I must tell you that I live with a parrot, and Phil is right. They can live up to like 80 something or 90. Mine is 15, so she's a teenager at the moment.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, Nat, that is awesome.
That is great. I can't believe the parrot is going to live so long. It's probably going to live longer than me.
Yeah, outlive you. You'll have to and somebody will inherit it from you.
I know, that's crazy. Well, shout out to your parrot. It'd be great to get a stereo message of the parrot squawking. I don't know how difficult.
If you could get your parrot to say any of the following 3, Stereo, Rosie, or AmazingPhil, that would be really appreciated. So if you could just teach your parrot that in the next like couple of minutes and send it through.
That would be fantastic. Oh, we've got another message.
I'm fortunately not scared of anything in this country apart from wasps. Basically any animal that can hurt you. But my parents used to live in Australia and I regularly visited them. And then I was literally scared of anything that moved that wasn't a human and was alive. Because you just don't know what you're getting into. I do not know how they cope with living in that country with so many things that want to kill you.
Location-based animal fear.
Yeah,
just
for sure.
Anything in Australia, terrifying.
Well, I think Australia, more things want to kill you than don't want to kill you. That's the thing.
Yeah. I don't like spiders. I have to admit, like I don't mind the really small ones, but the fact that they can crawl anywhere and you can't see it and stuff. I'm a proper typical like squealer when it comes to spiders. Like it's not for me. I kindly ask my other half to come in, find a cut paper and put it out the window. I don't want to kill them, but I also don't want to touch them or see them.
Although if you're in Australia, you'll need a full mixing bowl and
can you imagine the circumference of those spiders is like 30 centimeters plus.
Ooh. Sorry, anyone that's arachnophobic listening right now. They're like, oh, stop.
Yeah. How do I skip this? How do I skip?
Okay, we'll stop. No more spiders, I promise. Next
so
one.
The question is, what happens if you lay a chameleon on a chameleon on a chameleon and you keep going? Can you do chameleon dominoes?
That went a lot of places. I think
chameleon dominoes.
I don't think they'd be. I'm not sure they'd want to line up to do that. I was thinking, what colour would a chameleon on a chameleon on a chameleon go?
Yeah.
Before the domino effect.
Yeah.
A new colour.
Would it become shades of chameleon?
I think we just see God. I think that's what.
What's at the end of a chameleon tower? God.
Yeah.
Full stop.
That's the only explanation.
Yeah. I don't think I've actually ever seen a chameleon. I have seen, oh God, I'm going to get this wrong now. Is it called a kimono dragon?
Komodo?
Is that Komodo dragon? Komodo dragon. Kimono is like a toilet or something, isn't it? Yeah. I have seen the Komodo dragon. They are beasts. They are huge.
Well, they're just
like we're talking crocodile.
They're like dinosaurs, aren't they?
Yeah.
They could eat at least one of your feet.
They're probably closer to crocodiles than the horses with the horse fetish, like feet fetish. There's the Komodo dragon, yeah.
Yeah, and if we're going full circle, I think a Komodo dragon ghost would want to haunt you in an aggressive way.
Yeah. With, like, as you're sleeping, just with its, like, abnormally large tongue.
Yeah, I think it would.
Okay, I feel like we can switch up our topic like one more time before we go.
Okay.
What else should we talk about?
Final topic. How about we let the audience decide what's our final topic? We've got ghosts, we've had animals.
Yes, the natural progression of talks from ghosts to animals.
I'd like to keep it random.
I was talking to somebody the other day about 90s stuff, and we started the conversation about Tamagotchis because obviously Tamagotchis was like basically is the 90s. And as we went through the call talking about like MP3 players and all the different stuff of the 90s, people kept joining the call and sending comments about Tamagotchis. So by the time we got to the end of the call, we'd probably just talked about 20 minutes of Tamagotchi talk and rarely covered like the 90s at all.
I mean, I could do a full hour on Tamagotchis. I was a Tamagotchi pro as a kid.
So did you have a real Tamagotchi?
I had the real, back in the day, I had the real one, and then I had all the fake ones. But I had about six. I had about six that I would put
on the go?
Onto my bike.
Keep one alive. Clipped onto your bike.
Yeah. I was a cool kid, okay?
Yes, I believe it. I strongly believe it. I had a Dalmatian one, 100% knockoff, and it would die like every 4 or 5 days. I think the longest I kept it alive was for a week.
Was that the one where it was in the shape of the dog?
No, it was still an egg shape, but it had like a Dalmatian effect on it.
Okay. Oh, have we got anyone that wants to submit a final topic? Otherwise, I will use the randomizer in my brain.
Oh no, we should make a stereo randomizer talk, like, you know, like when you flip the arrow and it spins round and then just chooses a topic for you.
Oh,
maybe stereo could make one.
That would be great. Here
Your
we go.
most embarrassing stories, cringiest, laughable. Don't want to ever think of them again, but you're gonna, because we want to listen to your juicy stories. Most embarrassing stories.
Oh, that's really hard, Emma.
That is a tough one to just like try. The problem is when you've got an embarrassing story like that, you just want to remove it from your brain and
let
never
alone
forget.
put it on stereo live.
Yeah, but I do have one. I've got one which is very embarrassing. I was going on a train from London to Manchester, I think, and it was one of those that is completely full. So when you get on the train, there's nowhere to sit. And I walked through the carriages back and forth for ages, looking for somewhere to get a seat. And the only seat I could see was next to a sleeping woman. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to sit next to her because there's no other seats. But I'll kind of make myself obvious to sit down so I don't make her jump.
A proper plonk.
Yeah, one butt cheek off the seat. So I'm giving her more space just to have a snooze. Anyway,